Hello, I'm Dennis Pullin. One of my favorite parts about being president and CEO of Virtua Health is getting to know our colleagues and the many ways they are here for good. Each person contributes to healthy communities, and each person has a story to tell. Let's meet one. Well, Beth, welcome to Here for Good, the Inside Edition.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you here, and today is all about you. But before we start, tell me a little bit about yourself and where you work and how long you've been working there.
I've been with Virtua for a couple of months. I started in October 2025. And I started in the emergency departments and OB and the pediatric emergency department. And now I've moved over to surgical. And it's been great. The team is great. I get to work with the nurses every day, which is definitely different than the emergency departments. And everyone cares a lot, and it really shows.
So where did you work prior to coming to Virtua?
I was a nanny for a very long time. I've been in childcare for about 20 years, and probably 12 of that was as a nanny.
Well, you should be glad you didn't have one of my kids. You probably would have left sooner. What drew you to Virtua?
I have quite a few friends that work for Virtua, and when I was looking for a new position, came highly recommended. And I just kind of had hit a ceiling in childcare, and I wanted somewhere where I could grow.
So one of the things that really made me want to interview you was that I found out that you started a hiking and adventure community.
Yes, yep, it's called She Runs Wild. And we even have some Virtua members, and we have a Teams chat called Virtua Runs Wild.
Really? What makes this one different than the other groups that you have been with?
The inclusivity. I want to make it a welcoming, warm place for all women, regardless of their abilities, regardless of their sexual orientation. I think that was really the catalyst for creating my own group.
It's about hiking, it's about adventure, anything else that the group focuses on?
Community. It's really, we enjoy having each other's back and spending time with each other, going on trips, but it's really about being there for each other and empowering women to do amazing things.
You mentioned going on trips. What are some of your favorite places that you've gone?
Last summer, we went to Mount Washington, and I led 12 women up Mount Washington, and some of them were very scared of heights.
Did all 12 make it?
Yes, everybody made it up. Yes. Luckily, there is a train at the top. So about half of us took the train down and half of us hiked down, but everybody made it to the top.
I would have taken the train up and I would have taken the train down. What's the furthest that you've ever gone?
We went to Acadia National Park in Maine, and we did all the things to do there. And I planned it so we were right on the cusp of opening season. So there was a couple like unique things that we got to do because of the timing that we normally wouldn't have been able to do.
What made that park special?
Well, we got to get like a one-on-one demonstration with Timbertina. It was a log cutting demonstration. So we got to throw axes and use big double saws. We got to take home our slice of wood called a cookie. And it just made it really unique.
So besides work, your hiking group, I know you like to volunteer. What else do you do for fun?
I spend a lot of time planning for my group. I do service projects every other month. I'd like to spend time with my family. My husband is a veteran, and my daughter, excitingly, is going to Villanova in the fall for chemistry. So I'd like to spend time with them when I can. We like to go to rent fairs. My husband and I do couples costumes every Halloween, and sometimes I make him my favorite one. I was Bowser, and he was the most beautiful Princess Peach I've ever seen.
We talk a lot at Virtue about being here for good. You know, what does spreading good mean to you personally?
I really try to leave a positive impact every day. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I try and keep the focus on our patients, on the families coming in, because surgery can be very scary and uncertain. You have to let go a lot, especially going under anesthesia. And I just like to make sure that everyone feels safe and comfortable and confident in the care that they're getting that day.
And that is great. I know that you work with a group of individuals that also feel the same way. Tell me a little bit about the team you work with.
So I have a couple registrars that I work with every day. I'm the greeter, so I receive the patients as they come in. I take care of their families, and I'm kind of the intermediary between the nurses and the families. And I have two great registrars that work with me every day that take the patients back and check them in. The nurses are phenomenal. Whenever there is a concern, I bring that to them, and then they are always accommodating to help people feel safe.
And a lot of times you're that connective tissue between the family who are oftentimes a little anxious and waiting to hear the outcome of the care of their loved one and the clinicians. How do you bridge that or you keep everybody informed and connected to what's happening?
So I touch base with all the families when they come in and I let them know my name and that I'm there for them for whatever questions they have, whatever they need for the day. And I try and guide them through what their day is going to be like, whether it's just the timeline or the process, just so they feel like they know what's going to happen next.
I think that's great because the experience that our patients and their families have is really important as part of the healing process as well. So you have this bucket list trip every year. Have you either taken it for 2026 or what is it that you're excited about that's forthcoming?
2026 unfortunately had to be a little bit of a Passover year for me just with changing jobs, with my daughter going to college. But for 2027, I'm planning a trip to Shenandoah. And for Virtua, I'm looking for ways to give back. I've joined the colleague communities and I signed up to be the well-being champion for out at Virtua. So I'm excited to see how I can give back outside of my job.
So if you have someone like me who really not that much of a hiker, okay, I said that wrong. Not that much. I'm not a hiker. So, what advice, if I decided I wanted to maybe be a little adventuresome and start hiking, what advice would you give me?
Be gentle to yourself. Just like any other skill, you got to start at the bottom and work your way up. So find a place that is easy for you to go to and but you'll enjoy aesthetically and just take in the moment. Get in the mud, pick up the bugs, just have fun with it.
Beth, thank you so much for literally sharing your journey with us and being a part of this wonderful community and embracing all of our colleagues, all of our community. I can't thank you enough.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
What a wonderful story from one of our great colleagues, Beth. Tune in next time for yet another story from one of your fellow colleagues.
I made something for you. I learned that you're from San Antonio. I lived in Texas for a couple of years. I
Really?
actually honeymooned in San Antonio. My daughter was born in Texas. So I made you a little painting of the Riverwalk.
Oh, that is so cool. It is still one of my favorite places to go. The Riverwalk in San Antonio is special, and I don't think you can visit Texas without going there. Thank you so much.
Great. Oh,
And
you're welcome.
I didn't know that you had all of these talents.